Hey everyone, welcome to the Withering Effect. Today is episode 30, and today's date is what, February 4th, 2020. I'm messing the intro up, which is fine, because I literally just thinking, we should really do a new intro. It's the same intro for 30 episodes now. But I am Duds, or Duds versus known to the rest of the interwebs.
And I'm Jimbo, also known as Jimbo Slice 23. What have you been up to this week, Duds?
I've been up to a lot of stuff. By a lot of stuff, I mean a lot of non-productive stuff.
Yeah.
So, my computer only had a 500 gig memory in it. It's an SSD. I do have a 1 terabyte hard drive attached to the. It's like, what is that called? When it's on the outside of the unit. Why am I blanking? External hard drive.
External, yeah.
Yeah. So I have an external hard drive, and that's what's saving all my video files and stuff. But it's gotten quite full in the 3 years of Commicraft and the last year and a half of Ripple Effect. So basically, I spent an entire afternoon putting all my video folders in compressed folders, and then I bought a SSD, the NVMe M.2 drives. Installed that in my computer and put all that onto it, so now I have no more external hard drive, which is really nice, saves some room on my desk. But when it comes to Minecraft stuff, I started building an iron farm.
Ooh, nice.
By that I mean, yeah, I dug out the area for an iron farm, and then went, but I have this idea, so I started working on it. That's my problem. Like, I start working on something, and then I'm like, oh, but I have this idea for something else. And then I start working on that. And then I'm like, oh, I have this idea for something else. And then I start working on that, and I never go back to the first thing.
Yeah, you just get caught up in all the things that you want to do. You get this itch to do something new, and, the other things kind of go to the side and get forgotten about sometimes. I've done that.
But the big thing that was, if you guys are in the Discord, you got a little teaser in the creation thing. Is I was trying to make a data pack for Jimbo remembers the Comic Coins, which we had on the Comic server. I was trying to make ripples, or a ripple coin data pack, and I wanted to do a custom 3D texture and make it look cool using Blockbench. And I basically got all the way to the end, and when you give yourself a ripple, it's just a big purple and black box. For some reason, the game code doesn't recognize the 3D model, and I can't tell if it's because I'm in 1.15 or because I'm not using Optifine. I didn't set it up for Optifine. The tutorial I followed for the data packs didn't say I needed Optifine. So, I don't know. 4 hours of designing models and stuff and coming up with a cool look, and I just like, back to the iron farm.
Man. Yeah, I've never messed with any of that kind of stuff, the data and the coding and stuff. Yeah. So you just designed it on another program to
I had never done anything like this before, and I found a couple of tutorials online, and it didn't seem so hard. There's a program called Blockbench, which a lot of people use for designing the different look of items in Minecraft, because with the NBT tags you can just say, hey, like I was using Flint as a reference. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give Flint a better purpose. So Minecraft would be like, okay, you're taking Flint, but you don't want to reference the texture or the NBT data for Flint. You want to reference this texture and this model and all the stuff that this version does. And I'm pretty sure all my commands and data and everything like that worked up until the point it's like, use this reference point, use this texture. Because it's like, it knew to go find the new texture, but it couldn't make the texture work for some reason. So, but yeah, Blockbench is the program I'm using. It took, I don't know, about an hour and a half to kind of get the hand of it. Of course, I was making circles in a program that uses squares only. So, but I think it turned out pretty cool. If you want to take a look at what I was doing, you'll have to join the Discord. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I seen a picture there. it's pretty neat looking. I'd like to see it in the game. That's a shame it didn't turn out right. I'm sure it's probably something little.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I bet you there's some little tiny. It's a JSON file, and there's a website where you can post JSON code, and it'll tell you if it's valid or not. And my code's valid according to that website. So I'm just like, it's got to be something small, like just a little bit of the pathway is probably incorrect or something. But yeah, a little bit disappointing, but it was fun to try to learn something new. Yeah, especially in a game I've been playing for years now. So, But how about you? How was your week?
I had a pretty decent week. I finished the texture on my tower that I'm making.
Nice.
It's I wanted to blend it in from the blick. Jeez, here we go. The brick to the white smooth quartz.
I love the new block blick.
Yeah, I used the blick. I spread it around a little bit to blend them in, and the blick goes really good with the white and the stone. But anyway, it's really difficult to blend those two, smooth quartz and stone brick, together.
I'm sure.
And I think it came out really good. I'll probably do you guys a solid and share it on Discord. Yeah. Just because I haven't had an episode out in so long, I might as well, do you the due diligence of. I believe
words are hard, man.
Yeah, that's a bad. Probably not. Let's not use that word. I'll probably do you a favor and share it. There you go.
It's been a while since we've stumbled over words so easily.
Yeah, I haven't talked in like a week, so no, I'm just kidding. Besides that, my wife and I's been playing 7 Days to Die lately. She's been getting into that game, and she doesn't play many video games. But she saw me playing that, and she wanted to play it also. So we moved her setup down here with mine, so we get to play side by side, and that's been really good for the both of us. Just it could be any game, really. It's just us communicating through video games is I don't know. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've played a little 7 Days to Die. It was pretty good. It wasn't necessarily my thing.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it when I played it. I just knew it wouldn't be one of those things that stick to very long.
Yeah, it can fade off a little bit, but it's a good transition from Minecraft to 7 Days to Die. Yeah. You do get that building aspect. You can dig underground and stuff, and zombies everywhere. If you like zombies, I'm starting not to like them, but it's a fun game.
That's what would kill it for me, because I built this really nice thing just to have a horde of zombies on the 7th day, just ruin it. And then it was like, I'm going to build this cool trap to trap all the zombies and watch them kill themselves. And then they would just go around the trap, and I'm just like,
yeah. Yeah, the AI of the zombies are a lot smarter on here than they are in Minecraft. But they do have an AI, and there's ways to get around them, destroying everything. But it's just different game mechanics, just like Minecraft.
Yeah.
Find out the mechanics, use it against them, pretty much. It's been fun. But also, the Super Bowl was this week. Had a good time with the family watching the game. I picked the Chiefs, even though I'm a Raider fan, and because I just want to represent the AFC West, I guess. So that was a good time. I'm happy that they won.
For our European listeners who don't follow American football, the Chiefs and the Raiders are in the same division and pretty much bitter rivals.
We're rivals, and I rooted for them. And some people got a problem with that. But the way I see it, my division's in the Super Bowl. I'd like to see the best team in the league come out of our division because they beat us twice. I will admit that. And that's not a bad loss if we get beat twice by the champ. So it kind of makes us look a little bit better.
Well, in the next year, if you end up beating them, you could be like, we beat the champs twice.
Beat the champs. No big deal. We just beat the champs. Get that opportunity. So,
yeah.
That's pretty cool. It's a good game.
Sorry, guys. I'm going to be doing some editing after this one because my cough is back. I'm under the weather now. So, If you hear like a pause, that's me trying to clear a cough in the sound waves.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people have been sick lately.
Yeah. But let's jump in some Minecraft news. This news was brought from Carl, so I'm not sure where he got it from, but the Minecraft launcher has been updated. Version 2.1.11318. Really? Can we just call it version 3 already?
Yeah, why that many numbers?
2.2?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, the patch notes section now shows minor version releases in addition to the main releases. You also have the option to show snapshot and pre-release patch notes. I guess that's if you don't want to go to the website to get all your notes and you just want to get them from the launcher, you can. Week by week, I have to go to the website to get news anyways, so that's where I get all my notes from releases and stuff.
Yeah, most of mine pop up on my Minecraft YouTube news feed.
That too.
Or recommended.
Yeah.
Anything new Minecraft, I'll check it out, see what's in store.
There's a lot of good YouTubers who break the news on that stuff and figure things out a lot quicker than I would ever be able to.
Yeah.
On Minecraft news, it's not so much Mojang, but more Ripple Effect. The server has updated to 1.15.2 finally. So bees will be played with. And I wanted to point out that my frames on my computer are amazing. And my computer loves it. No more clunky movement and chunky rendering. And it's so much better between 15.1 to 15.2. I didn't think it would be, but it definitely feels better. I actually want to play on the server now compared to 1.15.1. I was just like, Optifine, hurry up.
Yeah, and I think they're still on 1.15.1.
Yeah,
actually.
But I think the update from 1.15.1 to 1.15.2 will be a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because 1.15 is where the big render changes happened. So.
Yep. Yeah, but even though we're in 1.15.2, I haven't gone near the bees, haven't messed with the bees. I don't care for the bees.
Forget those bees.
Forget the bees. I don't like the bees. Freak me out. They freak me out. They're too big. Imagine a bee coming at you that big.
They're the size of cats.
I mean, you can't miss them, so I guess that makes them... The thing with bees is you just can't see them sometimes. They're just so little. They fly around. They can, get you at any angle. But I guess these bees are a little bit bigger. You can't miss them.
Yeah. With the new mechanic where you can spawn a beehive if you put a flower close enough to the tree. Yeah. I don't know if you heard about that, but
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to playing with that. I also want to play with like the pollination of farms. So like my honey farm and carrot and potato farm I'm working on in my creative world is all combined, and it's just kind of finding the right place for it in my base. And that's when I noticed, hey, I have all these villagers in the area I want to put this farm that were meant for an iron farm. So I was like, well, let's just go ahead and build the iron farm to get them out of the way. And it's like, yeah, I'm building an iron farm, but I really want to play with some bees.
Just building it, make room for these bees.
Yeah. But I think that's it for the news. There wasn't a ton of... Well, there is Minecraft news, but we're saving it for the main discussion. Also, we have listener comments this week. This is from I keep wanting to call you Paige. You had mentioned that you're catching up on the episodes that you just started a week or so ago. So if you're finally here, please tell me if I'm saying your name wrong. Because I don't want to say your name wrong. I don't want to say anybody's name wrong.
The fact that the name is I am not Paige. His name might not even be Paige. So
it might be Billy.
So Paige would be just as good as whatever the real pronouncement is. Because it's not even Paige. Okay. Just throw my 2 cents in there. Sorry.
You're fine. Take your 2 cents and give me a nickel. I think mobs would be neat if they had chances to spawn in other ways. For example, how cool/terrifying would it be if skeletons could spawn riding phantoms like Nazgul on their fell beasts? I'm not sure what that is. I kind of sounds like something from Skyrim. I don't know.
Not familiar with it.
But I get it because skeletons ride the spiders, right? Or is that zombies? You get some kind of jockey.
The zombies ride the chickens, the babies.
There you go. So on Phantoms, I could see that, and then it said
terrifying.
maybe rotted zombies could spawn from cobblestone gravestones and swamp biomes. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd be okay with skeletons spawning on Phantoms later in the game. So, like, if you've been in a world for so long, you know how the area difficulty goes up. So, if your area difficulty was up past a certain point, or if you're playing on hardcore mode, stuff like that, I could definitely see skeletons spawning on Phantoms.
Yeah. Yeah, that would probably be the only mob. That or a witch.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't really put a mob on there that does any melee damage because that'd be the Phantoms thing.
But then you run the risk of the thing riding on the Phantom, shooting its projectile or throwing it, and it hitting the Phantom and killing it.
I also thought about that, but I can't remember like a skeleton ever shooting a spider, which they probably have.
Well, it would never have to point down.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it would probably... Oh, yeah, it definitely would probably shoot the Phantom in that case. It'd always be above you. It'd have to shoot down.
But when you said witch riding it, I could definitely see a witch riding a Phantom throwing potions.
Like dropping bombs everywhere. That'd be crazy.
That'd be cool.
Maybe, like, you have, the 3 days of insomnia, I think it is. Maybe after 6-7 days, that's when...
Oh, yeah.
The skeletons come out on the Phantoms or witches, like you said. That'd be pretty neat.
That's a very good point. I forgot all about the insomnia stuff. I never let my sleep go that long.
Yeah, me neither. Learned my lesson. I converted. 113.
And then rotted zombies coming from cobblestone gravestones and swamp biomes. I like this idea, but it sounds a lot like the spawner system already for spiders, skeletons, and zombies. Yeah. Except surface level. So
similar to like witch huts.
Yeah.
Which in that case they could all be used for farms, automated farms. Which, like you said, it's really not much different than the spawners. But I mean, I guess it'd be neat to see something like that. Maybe a different kind of animation of them coming out instead of them just poof appearing like they usually do.
Yeah. I did have the idea. So maybe the gravestone thing isn't a constant respawn thing. Maybe the gravestones are now like an item in the game. And so you have a more difficult zombie come out of the gravestone. And then when you kill the zombie, you can then take the gravestone as a block. So now you have this kind of like the dragon egg. Here's your you win. Here's your prize.
Yeah, or pretty rare drop.
Yeah, and if you don't kill the zombie or whatever, it kind of just goes back in its grave, and you gotta try again for that gravestone later.
Yeah, and maybe different zombies come out because you got the pigman zombies, you got the drowned zombies. Maybe a different kind. Maybe a husk would come out. Maybe just different types of zombies just spawn.
Yeah, that could be
something
cool.
like that.
I like that idea. Very cool. Thank you so much for the comment.
Yeah, thank you. It's a pretty good suggestion. And this week we have a ad from Whitey for our Discord. So she was on the show last week. So go ahead and take it away, Whitey.
Hey everyone, I'm Whitey, and I'm a member of the Withering Effect Discord. It's a great place to hang out with fellow listeners like me, and the people who work on the show. So join today and let's discuss the game we love. There are links in the show notes.
Y'all didn't hear it, but I have to. You smacked the crap out of your desk.
No, I don't know if my kids are wrestling upstairs, but man, I think my wife let the dog in. He just gets excited.
My heart jumps.
Boom.
So the way we do the ads are after Jimbo says his line, we just kind of sit quiet for 10 seconds. So that gives Carl a reference point to insert the ad that you guys record for the Discord. So we're just sitting there nice and quiet, and then all of a sudden, through my headphones, I hear thunk. It's just like, holy crap.
Yeah, I hope whoever fell up there is all right.
Okay, but let's stick with the Discord because we have brought back Block of the Week again this week. You guys really enjoy it. So, yeah, we got another one. This week, our block choices were the Stone Cutter, Ender Chest, or Minecart.
And drum roll, please. Carl, if you could play that drum roll. The winner this week was... Minecart.
Yes, overwhelmingly.
Yeah, I was kind of rooting on the Minecart.
Yeah, I was sitting there. I was like, Ender Chest has got to win this week, right? Because I think it's the only one that carried over. But nope, people want to hear about the Minecart. So I literally was looking for stuff on the wiki, but the top description or the top quote on the wiki pretty much describes the Minecart perfectly. So I'm just going to use that quote. And then we'll talk about how we would improve the minecart afterwards. So the quote is from Duncan Greer. It says, "Minecarts are added to Minecraft during the game's inf dev phase." I'm sure that's like pre-alpha.
Yeah.
But it was the 18th of June 2010. Originally, they were used solely for storage. That's a little weird. They acted like a chest, but less than a week later, the decision was reversed and they became rideable. Over time, new features were added: furnace and storage minecarts, TNT, hopper minecarts, even minecarts with command blocks. So, yeah, minecarts have been around from the beginning, and I would hope they would have been since the game's called Minecraft.
Yeah.
But improving a minecart, this was easy and hard at the same time for me.
Yeah.
To me, the obvious one is you should be able to link minecarts together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I want a train.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why can't you have a train? You know, you got all the minecarts.
The next one was 2-player rideable. So just like boats, you could fit 2 players in there. Minecarts, you should be able to fit 2 players in there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of how that would benefit. I mean, you could sit in there and load up a chest as you ride in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or a hopper. Could you fit in there with a hopper?
Imagine a minecart with 2 hoppers.
Yeah, but imagine you picking up a villager with a minecart and it grabbing 2. That might be an issue. They are used for a villager transportation.
Yeah.
I guess you could just transport 2 now. I don't know.
I don't know where this note came from. Fueling furnace minecarts from inside. Hey, Suze. Calm down. I'm recording something here. Jeez. Crazy dog.
At least there's something on your end that distracted.
I think it was... So you can use furnace minecarts to push other minecarts along. I think what I was trying to say was you should be able to have a furnace in your minecart where you could fuel the furnace and it would pull you in the minecarts that link together along instead of having powered rails. So maybe you don't have enough gold for powered rails, but you have a ton of coal. So you just burn coal.
Yeah,
to move your minecart.
The furnace acts as a engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of already does now, but I think you should be able to be in the cart with it to make it easier.
Yeah.
Or if you don't be in the cart with it, at least if the carts are linked together, you can be sitting in one cart right next to the furnace one and fueling it.
Yeah.
How about you? You got any improvements to the minecarts?
Not too many improvements. I do wish that it would act, I don't know, a little more natural. I wish you could, I don't know how to put it. I don't know. I feel like when it goes downhill, it stays the same speed, or uphill. You can pick up speed with the power rails, but it doesn't really pick up speed when it goes down. Maybe the further you go down, it's picking up speed, and maybe that speed can take you a lot further on regular rails.
Do that now, though.
Do they pick up speed going down?
I knew they didn't used to, but I think they do that now. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't really work with minecarts that much. I think I said that in the last podcast when we were talking to Cass and some of his designs. I don't trust minecarts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he used them a lot. I use them a lot, too. I got a chest, or a shulker box specifically for minecarts in my ender chest. If I ever need to move anything, they're really useful to have around. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. You could use, like, the force to keep taking you.
I think it is. I could be totally wrong, though. So if you guys think I'm wrong, tell me. So the editing I've gotten down where I can edit our podcast in like 10 minutes with all my coughs, it's going to take me so long to edit now. But yeah, I think that's it for Block of the Week, though.
Yeah, I really can't think of another way to improve it. I do know I use this block all the time. Use it in more ways than it's supposed to be used, that's for sure. I like the whole, my favorite thing with the minecart is putting a hopper in there and burying it in the ground. If you take the rails out underneath the minecart, it falls onto the block beneath, and you can put that hopper minecart block inside of another block and use that block to pick up items for you. That's probably my favorite feature with the minecart. I
agree with that one. I like that.
The hopper minecart, yeah.
Yeah, I really like that feature.
I think it picks up items a lot quicker too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, hopper minecart, I think it's twice the speed. So could you imagine a minecart that has 2 hoppers that already picks up at twice the speed?
Yeah. Or maybe you can make it craftable. Make a 2-person Minecraft or minecart craftable instead of just that one. Make a different kind of minecart.
Maybe.
I don't know how you can make a different minecart. I'm sure there's other ways.
Well, you just make 2 minecarts, put the 2 minecarts in the crafting table, and now you have a double minecart. Just like you could take a minecart and then take the tripwire hook, put those in the crafting table, and now maybe you could have minecarts that link together.
Yeah, there you go, the tripwire hook.
See, Mojang, doing your job.
Just keep putting hooks on all of them and add more. That's a good idea.
Maybe Mojang will hear me, install this in the game, and then they'll get on my red dragons.
And then, you're just working your way up to the red dragon.
I gotta start out small.
Yeah, with the hooks.
Yeah, so this week we're gonna change stuff up a little bit from Minecraft. We have more Minecraft to talk about, but we wanted to talk about Hytale, because that's getting a lot of major updates. Still no release date from what I can find, but I'm getting more and more excited the more and more I see.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so Hytale has these update diaries, kind of like Mojang's been doing with dungeons. So I've been trying to kind of keep up with those, and the last couple update have a lot of really cool stuff that I wish was in Minecraft. So, like, the most recent one, they're working with ambient sounds. So you could be walking through a forest and you hear, like, birds chirping and leaves rustling, stuff like that. Or you go into a cave and you hear little drips of water and wind moving through the cave. Or if there's, like, a monster in the cave, you'll hear, the grumble of a monster or something like that. If it's raining outside, you can hear the rain inside, but it's a different kind of pattern.
Yeah,
and
it's
as soon
like
as
muffled.
And as soon as you walk outside, it's full on rain. I think Minecraft tries to do something like that. It's just not as good.
No, I think they put more interest elsewhere.
Right. And Hytale, what they're saying they do is that they're taking all these little ambient sound clips and they're just kind of like stacking them on each other in the biomes. So as you move through the biomes, you're constantly walking through these sound patches. Which
I guess the game. Yeah. I guess the game recognizes when the player's near certain blocks in a biome, and that's when the music or the ambient noises will start playing. Thought that was pretty cool.
Other than noises, they're working on this thing called Zone 3, which looks like a wintry ice spikes area. And their render of ice is gorgeous. I just had to say that because I'm so used to what feels like a dull, faded ice, and then to see their ice rendered. I mean, this isn't even using like the ray tracing abilities yet. It's just using standard stuff, and it's like, oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks so good and so clean. That's what I like about it. I noticed the ice spikes, it's a lot different than Minecraft. Minecraft, it's like the whole biome is ice. And I noticed on the Hytale, it's kind of like there's like puddles of ice, and the spikes aren't as big and gigantic, but they're kind of dotted throughout. It's pretty neat how their ice spike biome compares to Minecraft.
Yeah, and when we talk about biomes, this is the one thing that has me a little worried on Hytale. Is so they talk about these different zones, which we would just well, that's just different biomes, blah blah blah. Well, it's not. Like, the way their zones work is Zone 1's the easiest zone, Zone 2 gets a little harder, Zone 3 gets a little harder, Zone 4 gets a little harder. And it's like, well, if I want to do a lot of exploring, you can't really explore from the get-go because you're going to die.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if biomes are relevant to zones, or... Because they mentioned continents and stuff, so I don't know if continents are zones or biomes or what, but if biomes are specific to zones and you can only enter zones like when you've gotten further into the game, it kind of stinks.
Yeah.
To me, it hurts replayability, but I don't know. Maybe Hytale has this figured out. I mean, they were a bunch of Minecraft modders from the start, so.
Yeah, well, I'm curious how many zones there would be, and what level of difficulty are these looking at? Like how hard is Zone 1? Maybe it's you don't really need any, maybe some kind of weapon, but or are these even these battling zones? What kind of zones? I imagine they're battling zones, or maybe they're just exploration zones, adventure zones for looting. Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah,
I'm sure they give it a grade for its difficulty. So,
yeah, just more stuff to look out for. Which it's allowing itself to be separate from Minecraft, which I really like, because they kept saying these are two totally different games. They're just because they use voxel art doesn't mean they're the same. So, I really like that. The next thing they talked about was farming. So like carrots, potatoes, and all that kinds of stuff. Their farming does work a lot like Minecraft, where you need a water source to make sure your crops grow well and everything. But also, your crops need fertilizer.
Yeah.
And
how do you get fertilizer?
Yeah, fertilizer is just animal poo.
Yep.
Which means, the animals in the game's crap now. And
you need that crap. You need that poo.
Right.
To grow your crops.
And this is what I'm not sure about, because I don't want to be walking around my game and there's just constant poop everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, that was one of my turnoffs when I was playing Ark. Was like, your character just craps all the time.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then you have to pick up dinosaur poo and stuff like that. It's just like, what? I don't want to play with poo.
Yeah, I got this machine gun, but I gotta grab this poop outside. Hold on. Grab this poop.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you can get guns on there and stuff, but poop.
Excuse me while I ride my pterodactyl and it's crapping everywhere and shooting laser beams. But, yeah.
And dropping bombs also.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the pooing mechanic is going to work, but that's something.
Yeah, they actually made a poop bag.
Yes.
So you can carry your poop. I don't know. I mean, maybe you just can't pick it up. Maybe you need a poop bag. I don't know why anyone would just pick it up.
You don't want to just be carrying poop around your pocket.
No. But it will be next to your pickaxe and.
Yeah. Well, we need to move on from.
We don't know. We don't know.
We talked about poop way too much.
Yeah, there goes the poop session.
Yeah. Other stuff I saw that I really liked was combat in the game looks way more refined than Minecraft combat. And I know Minecraft has a combat update coming, but I think even with the combat update, it's miles behind Hytale.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is just from teasers, so I could be completely wrong. But watching these guys throw fireballs, you have to have an enchanted book to throw fireballs. I think we talked about doing stuff like this before on the show.
For Minecraft, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Another thing I saw was like you go exploring, you find a dungeon. This dungeon has like a custom sword as its loot.
Mm-hmm.
So custom textures and abilities and all that kind of stuff. It's like that's cool. That's what I want in Minecraft.
Yeah, I think I saw a flaming sword.
Yeah,
that was looted. That's awesome.
Yeah, you go 3 weeks into an SMP in Minecraft. Every single player is walking around in blue armor with blue tools, and they're all glowing.
Mm-hmm.
How cool would it be to have different kinds of armor, different kinds of weapons, just based on the loot you found?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's a really good point.
Another thing to deal with kind of the loot and combat mechanics. I saw a third-person picture. So, like, the character on the screen was viewed in third person instead of first, like we've been used to with Minecraft and everything. So I don't know if it's going to let you switch between first and third, or if that was just a tricky picture.
Well, there was the video when they jumped into the cave. That was first person.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when they went down, there's that lava monster.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. That's
got
to be a Zone 5. I don't know.
I sat there, I saw that, and it was like, it went down, saw the lava monster, and immediately went, nope. It took off running.
Yeah. That was pretty... I like all the mobs that they're putting in there, man.
They're really so cool. Good.
Mm-hmm. And you just get a glimpse of it, just to think about and wonder about what they're about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The links for this diary thing we've been reading are going to be in the show notes. We made sure to hit Carl up with all that stuff so he can put it out there for you guys so you can look at what we're looking at. But also in another picture, I saw an angled building block, a 45-degree block.
Like a ramp, kind of
like a ramp. They were using it for roofing.
Ooh.
But yeah, 45 degrees, no stairs, none of that stuff. An angled building block.
Huh.
I got overly excited.
I didn't see that picture. I guess I missed that.
There's one that looks like a wood and stone fort. And that's where it's at. I was trying to look through... I looked through all these pictures because of the recent 116 teaser shots. I'm like looking through everything, trying to find secrets and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't look too hard at the Hytale stuff, but the 116, I really try to look hard and see if I see anything new.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and progress to that, because that's the next thing we wanted to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mojang released a ton of 116 Nether teaser shots on Twitter. I have two big ones. These I've been following Exumavoid through these videos because he's doing the updates, or whatever, and he pointed out. Sorry, my voice is like gone. But Lady Agnes's Twitter post, if you look, it's like right behind a tree. There's what looks like a new nether brick fence post, and another picture. So one picture there's like a reddish one, but it's not the nether brick fence post we're used to seeing. And in another one there's like a green blue one.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I saw he mentioned those. It is hard to tell. You only get so much of it. It's hard to tell what it looks like right now.
Yeah.
But it does look like some new blocks. And that's always a good time, especially Minecraft.
Yeah, and Sliced Lime has a really good picture of a reddish block that kind of has the same texture as Endstone brick. So you can definitely tell, like, that's a new block. Unless he's using some kind of weird texture pack in the Nether. That's probably, what is it, the Piglin fortresses are going to be made out of these newish blocks.
Yeah, there was a Piglin nearby when they showed those blocks. They're kind of similar to Nether brick. It's like it's not as dark. It's similar. The color is similar to Nether rack, but yeah, it does have that endstone type of look. Maybe it's a mix between those.
Which is nice. I really like the endstone texture, but I don't like the color.
Oh,
that
no.
bright yellow doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about you? What did you find in those pictures that was interesting?
Well, the first thing I noticed was the trees had glowstone in it. At least I think it's glowstone. I'm pretty sure it is. I mean, it looks a little different. But
it looks a lot like glowstone, but like smoother, not as bumpy.
Yeah, maybe it's a different variation or a different texture for the glowstone, or it could be something different. Because I noticed they are in the trees, and you don't see that if they are trees. But
I wonder if they're like some kind of fruit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe they grow on the trees. Maybe glowstone can be farmable now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've only ever seen that stuff in the trees, so maybe they do grow on the trees.
Or maybe they're transitioning. You know, it just grows in the ceilings. Maybe they're taking it from the ceilings to the trees. Maybe they're not going to be everywhere.
True.
Maybe I gotta look through the other pictures before I throw that out there. I don't know.
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and throw down a prediction.
Okay.
This new glowstone block that you get from the Nether Trees will be dyeable.
Ooh.
Or allow you to dye some light blocks. Because that's been like one of the big lighting features. I mean, everyone says more light blocks. But other than more light blocks, it's been, let us have colored light blocks. So
yeah, that would definitely satisfy I mentioned on another show that I want to see more lighting blocks in the game, and that would do it right there. Just the different colors and stuff, man. That's a good idea. I do like that.
Yeah.
And also,
what other stuff?
Well, I like you said, there could be Piglin villages or ruins or whatever, and this would just mean more loot.
Yeah.
And if they do make these biomes in these cities and stuff, or ruins or whatever you might call it, I'm curious to see how they're gonna render it in that environment, because a lot of the Nether is like vertical. There's not much flat area. A lot of these Nether forests are put on the sides of these walls. They just render in the sides of these walls. I'm just curious how it's going to render throughout the Nether if there's not many flat areas.
Very true. I didn't think about that. Maybe they are going to try to flatten the Nether out a little bit.
Yeah, they might even rework the Nether. Yeah.
You were talking about more loot, and I can't believe I forgot to tag this tweet. I think the Mojang artist name was like Churi or something like that. CHRI. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll see if I can't find it after we do the stream. But they showed a blurry picture of what looks like a golden sword. But if you look closely, it looked really different than a normal golden sword. Like, the tip of the sword was more white than yellow. The hilt looked a lot different. So I'm wondering if it's just not a new weapon now that you would get from these piglin areas.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the sword. I'll have to check that out.
I'll see if I can't find the tweet again. Maybe Carl knows what I'm talking about too. But
yeah, I usually look real hard at those 116 teasers.
Yeah,
I didn't notice that.
It just showed up on my Twitter feed like at lunchtime today.
Oh, okay.
The next thing I was reading on is that they were talking about not allowing the Nether trees to grow anywhere but the Nether. So, like, you can't chop down another tree, get the sapling, go to the overworld, and build another tree farm in the overworld.
Yeah, it gives you more reason to be there. more reason to visit the Nether than to just travel.
I like it and I don't like it at the same time, just because it's pretty much outspoken that I hate the Nether. It's just not a fun place for me. Not that I often die there or anything. I find myself getting lost in the Nether more than anything, and it's just annoying. Granted, that could all change with this update. It might be really cool to walk around the Nether again, but I already know I'm going to walk into a piglin area not wearing gold armor, and they're all going to chase me and attack me.
Get all excited, run over there, and then they just bombard you.
Yeah.
With their cool gold swords.
Another tweet I saw was CovFan trying to make some predictions, and one of the things I wanted to talk about, so they've already come out and said Nether Trees can't catch fire, because obviously they're Nether Trees. He made mention that maybe you could take a Nether Tree, chop it down, and make a, lava boat.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool, but I don't think it would have a lot of uses.
Yeah, well, you're taking a risk in it, that's for sure.
Very, very true.
Yeah.
But most of the time when we're crossing lava, we're either flying over it. Very rarely do I have to bridge over lava. And if I'm bridging over lava, it's usually to make another tunnel that's going to be permanent anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if there's another way around the lava, I'm going to go around. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
A gas can knock you off any second if you try to pillar.
Yeah, well, imagine a gas seeing you in this nether boat, and then blows your nether boat
That's
up.
The first thing I was thinking of. A gas just you're in your nether boat. You're all happy because you're actually able to float on lava, and in front of you, out of the lava, because they do come out of the lava, is this gas, and there goes your good time. There goes your new boat, and everything on you.
Yep, that new gold sword that's blurry. You just picked up.
You just got from the pigmen.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's not mention, you can take a fire resistance potion and swim through the lava relatively quick now that they've added the swimming mechanic thing in there from 1.13.
If you do have fire protection also, you can swim a little bit in the lava. I mean, if you have stuff to eat, you can manage your way out of there also.
Very true.
But I like that lava boat idea.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting idea. I don't think it'll get used much, but it would give the Nether Trees another purpose.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for the show. Do you want to go ahead and read us out?
Sure. If you like the show, you can share with all your friends and on social media. If you listen on Spotify, follow us, or if you listen on Apple Podcast, leave us a nice review. Doing any of these really helps to reach other listeners. If you would like get in contact with the show, send an email to podcast@rippleeffectsmp.com. Tweet us or join our Discord where you can have a chat with everyone who works on the show and fellow listeners. All the links are in the show notes.
This show has been brought to you by Jimbo and myself, but also our digital producer, Carl. He helps make sure the show ends up where it should be and not in Zone 3. The amazing music you hear in the intro and outro of the show was created by the one and only Decoy. Everybody's social media info can be found down in the show notes. You guys have been so awesome. Thank you so much for all the support and getting withered with us. You should probably go drink some milk now. Bye.
See you later.